In a bustling city known for its political power and influence, a young waiter named Ethan worked diligently at a prestigious restaurant frequented by Washington, D.C.'s elite. With a strong work ethic and a kind heart, Ethan took pride in providing excellent service to all patrons, regardless of their status or background. One evening, as Ethan was going about his usual duties, he noticed a familiar face among the diners: Barron Trump, the youngest son of President Donald Trump. The young Trump was enjoying a meal with his family, and Ethan made sure to provide them with the same attentive service he offered to all guests. As the evening progressed, an unexpected incident occurred. While reaching for his glass, Barron accidentally knocked it over, sending its contents spilling across the pristine white tablecloth. Without hesitation, Ethan sprang into action. He quickly grabbed a clean cloth and rushed to the table, carefully cleaning up the spill and ensuring that Barron was not upset by the mishap. Ethan's swift response and genuine concern for Barron's well-being did not go unnoticed by the Trump family, who expressed their gratitude for his attentiveness. However, Ethan's manager, a stern and unbending individual, took issue with the extra attention given to the high-profile guests. In a shocking display of callousness, the manager pulled Ethan aside and abruptly terminated his employment, citing a violation of restaurant policy. Stunned and devastated, Ethan left the restaurant that night, his mind reeling from the unexpected turn of events. He had always taken pride in his work and treated every customer with equal respect, yet now he found himself jobless for simply showing kindness to a young boy. Little did Ethan know that his story would soon capture the attention of the nation. The following morning, as he scrolled through his social media feeds, he discovered that news of his unjust termination had gone viral. People from all walks of life expressed their outrage at the restaurant's harsh decision and praised Ethan for his compassionate actions. As Ethan grappled with the sudden upheaval in his life, his phone began to buzz with notifications and messages of support from friends, family, and even strangers who had heard his story. Among the countless messages, one stood out: a missed call from an unknown number. Curious and a bit apprehensive, Ethan returned the call, unsure of what to expect. To his utter astonishment, the voice on the other end of the line belonged to none other than Donald Trump himself. The president had heard about Ethan's situation and wanted to personally express his gratitude for the kindness shown to his son. During the call, President Trump commended Ethan for his exceptional service and empathy, qualities that he believed were sorely lacking in today's world. He expressed his deep disappointment in the restaurant's decision to terminate Ethan's employment and offered a glimmer of hope in the form of a new opportunity. President Trump extended an invitation for Ethan to join the staff at one of his own properties, assuring him that his talents and dedication would be valued and appreciated. He promised Ethan a work environment where compassion and excellence were celebrated rather than punished. Overwhelmed with emotion and gratitude, Ethan graciously accepted the president's offer. The chance to start anew and continue doing what he loved most, serving others with kindness and respect, filled him with a renewed sense of purpose. As Ethan embarked on his new journey at the Trump property, he quickly discovered that the president's words had been genuine. His fellow staff members welcomed him warmly, recognizing the strength of character that had brought him to their team. Ethan's positive attitude and tireless work ethic made him an instant asset to the organization. Word of Ethan's exceptional service and dedication soon spread throughout the property, catching the attention of the higher-ups. They recognized in him a rare combination of skill, empathy, and leadership potential. With each passing day, Ethan's responsibilities grew, and he embraced every challenge with enthusiasm and determination. As the months turned into years, Ethan's star continued to rise within the Trump organization. His unwavering commitment to excellence and his ability to inspire and mentor others did not go unnoticed. Before long, he found himself promoted to a management position where he could make an even greater impact on the lives of those around him. Looking back on his incredible journey, Ethan often reflected on that fateful night when he had been fired for simply showing kindness to a young boy. At the time, it had felt like the lowest point in his life, a moment of despair and uncertainty. Yet, in a remarkable twist of fate, that very same incident had opened the door to a brighter future than he could have ever imagined. Ethan's story served as a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, a single act of compassion could change the course of one's life. He had learned firsthand that kindness and empathy were not weaknesses, but rather strengths that had the power to transform not only his own life, but the lives of those around him. In his new role, Ethan made it his mission to foster a culture of kindness and respect within the Trump organization. He mentored young employees, teaching them the value of exceptional service and the importance of treating every individual with dignity, regardless of their background or status. As Ethan continued to make a positive impact on those around him, he never forgot the phone call that had changed his life. He remained forever grateful to President Trump for recognizing his potential and giving him a second chance when the world seemed to have turned its back on him. Through his own experiences, Ethan had come to understand that sometimes the most challenging moments in life could be the very catalysts that propelled us towards our greatest triumphs. He had learned to embrace adversity, knowing that with perseverance, hard work, and a kind heart, there was no obstacle too great to overcome. And so, Ethan continued to inspire and lead by example, proving that a single act of kindness could indeed change the world, one person at a time. His story became a testament to the power of compassion, reminding us all that even in the face of adversity, we have the ability to rise above and create a brighter future for ourselves and those around us. As Ethan settled into his new role at the Trump property, he quickly became known for his exceptional leadership skills and his ability to bring out the best in his team. His dedication to creating a positive work environment and fostering a culture of respect and empathy did not go unnoticed by his colleagues and superiors alike. One day, as Ethan was overseeing the daily operations of the restaurant, he received an unexpected visit from President Trump himself. The president had heard about the remarkable impact Ethan had made since joining the organization and wanted to express his gratitude in person. During that conversation, President Trump shared with Ethan his own experiences in the business world and the lessons he had learned along the way. He emphasized the importance of surrounding oneself with talented and dedicated individuals, just like Ethan had done with his team. Inspired by the president's words, Ethan redoubled his efforts to create a workplace that valued every individual's contributions. He implemented training programs that focused not only on technical skills, but also on the development of soft skills such as communication, empathy, and problem-solving. Under Ethan's leadership, the restaurant flourished, consistently delivering exceptional service and garnering praise from guests and critics alike. His team members thrived in the positive and supportive environment he had created, and many of them went on to achieve their own professional goals and aspirations. As the years passed, Ethan's reputation as an outstanding leader and mentor continued to grow. He was often sought out by other organizations looking to learn from his success and implement his strategies in their own workplaces. Despite his many achievements, Ethan never forgot the lessons he had learned from his own experiences. He made it a point to regularly share his story with others, hoping to inspire them to overcome adversity and pursue their dreams with passion and determination. One day, Ethan received an invitation to speak at a prestigious industry conference. As he stepped onto the stage, he looked out at the sea of faces before him and felt a sense of gratitude wash over him. He knew that his journey had been filled with ups and downs, but every step had led him to this moment. With a smile on his face, Ethan began to share his story, starting from that fateful night when he had been fired for showing kindness to a young boy. He spoke of the unexpected phone call from President Trump and the opportunity that had changed his life forever. As he recounted his experiences, Ethan emphasized the importance of staying true to one's values and beliefs, even in the face of adversity. He encouraged his audience to lead with compassion and to never underestimate the power of a single act of kindness. Throughout his speech, Ethan's words resonated with the audience, many of whom had faced their own challenges and setbacks in their careers. They were inspired by his resilience and his unwavering commitment to creating a better world through his work. As Ethan concluded his speech, the room erupted in applause. People approached him afterward, sharing their own stories and thanking him for his inspiring words. Ethan knew that his message had struck a chord, and he felt a renewed sense of purpose in his mission to make a difference in the lives of others. In the years that followed, Ethan continued to be a beacon of hope and inspiration for those around him. His story served as a reminder that no matter how difficult life may seem, there is always the potential for growth and transformation. Ethan's legacy lived on through the countless individuals he had mentored and inspired throughout his career. His impact extended far beyond the walls of the Trump organization, touching the lives of people from all walks of life. Looking back on his journey, Ethan realized that his greatest achievement was not the accolades or the promotions he had received, but rather the lives he had touched along the way. He had learned that true success was measured not by one's personal gains, but by the positive impact one had on the world around them. And so, Ethan continued to lead by example, spreading kindness and compassion wherever he went. He knew that his story was just one of many, but he hoped that by sharing it, he could inspire others to embrace the power of kindness and to never give up on their dreams, no matter how impossible they may seem. In a world that often seemed filled with darkness and despair, Ethan's light shone brightly, reminding us all that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a profound and lasting impact on the lives of those around us. His story was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of compassion. As Ethan looked to the future, he knew that there would be more challenges and obstacles to overcome. But armed with the lessons he had learned and the support of those who believed in him, he felt ready to face whatever lay ahead. He knew that as long as he stayed true to his values and continued to lead with kindness and empathy, there was no limit to what he could achieve. And so, Ethan's journey continued, a shining example of the incredible potential that lies within each and every one of us. His story served as a reminder that no matter where we come from or what challenges we face, we all have the power to make a difference in the world, one act of kindness at a time. As Ethan's reputation as a compassionate leader and inspiring speaker continued to grow, he found himself increasingly sought after by organizations and individuals seeking to learn from his experiences. His story had touched the hearts of people from all walks of life, and many were eager to hear his insights on how to overcome adversity and create positive change in their own lives and communities. One day, Ethan received a particularly intriguing invitation. A well-known philanthropic foundation had reached out to him, expressing their admiration for his work and asking if he would be willing to join them on a special project. The foundation was dedicated to supporting and empowering underprivileged youth, and they believed that Ethan's unique perspective and leadership skills could make a significant impact on their efforts. Intrigued by the opportunity to make a difference on an even larger scale, Ethan eagerly accepted the invitation. He met with the foundation's leadership team and learned more about their mission and the challenges they faced in reaching and supporting the young people who needed their help the most. As Ethan listened to their stories and ideas, he couldn't help but feel a deep sense of connection to their cause. He knew firsthand the transformative power of a single opportunity, and he was determined to do whatever he could to help create those opportunities for others. Working closely with the foundation's staff and volunteers, Ethan helped to develop and implement a series of innovative programs designed to engage and empower underprivileged youth. He drew upon his own experiences and the lessons he had learned throughout his journey, creating workshops and mentorship initiatives that focused on building resilience, fostering creativity, and developing essential life skills. As the programs began to take shape, Ethan saw the impact they were having on the young people they served. He watched as shy, withdrawn teenagers blossomed into confident, ambitious young adults, eager to take on the world and make their mark. He heard their stories of triumph over adversity, and he was reminded once again of the incredible strength and potential that lies within every human being. One particular story stood out to Ethan. A young man named Liam had grown up in a rough neighborhood, surrounded by poverty, crime, and limited opportunities. When he first joined one of the foundation's programs, Liam was angry and distrustful, convinced that no one really cared about him or his future. But as he began to work with Ethan and the other mentors, Liam slowly started to open up. He discovered a passion for photography and storytelling, and with the foundation's support, he began to develop his skills and build a portfolio. Ethan saw the spark of potential in Liam and worked closely with him, offering guidance and encouragement every step of the way. As Liam's confidence grew, so did his dreams for the future. He started to see himself not as a victim of his circumstances, but as a creator of his own destiny. With Ethan's help, he applied to college and was accepted into a prestigious photography program, becoming the first in his family to pursue higher education. Watching Liam's transformation and seeing the ripple effect it had on his family and community was a profound moment for Ethan. He realized that his own journey had come full circle, from being the one in need of a helping hand to being the one extending that hand to others. As the Foundation's programs continued to grow and evolve, Ethan knew that there was still so much more work to be done. But he also knew that every small victory, every young person whose life was changed for the better, was a step in the right direction. Looking back on his own story, Ethan realized that it was the moments of kindness and compassion that had made all the difference. From the gentle understanding of a young boy who had spilled his drink, to the unexpected phone call from a president who saw his potential, to the countless individuals who had supported and believed in him along the way, Ethan knew that he had been blessed with an extraordinary gift. And now, as he worked to pay that gift forward and create opportunities for others, Ethan felt a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment. He knew that he could never truly repay the kindness that had been shown to him, but he could certainly spend the rest of his life trying. As Ethan looked to the future, he saw a world full of possibility and hope. He knew that there would always be challenges and obstacles to overcome, but he also knew that with compassion, resilience, and a willingness to lend a helping hand, there was no limit to what could be achieved. And so, Ethan continued on his journey, leading with kindness and inspiring others to do the same. He knew that his story was just one small part of a much larger tapestry, but he was grateful for the opportunity to weave his own thread of compassion and hope into the fabric of the world. In the end, Ethan realized that his life had been a testament to the power of the human spirit and the incredible things that can happen when we open our hearts to others. He had learned that true success was not measured by wealth or status, but by the lives we touch and the difference we make in the world around us. And with that knowledge, Ethan knew that no matter what the future held, he would always strive to be a beacon of kindness and hope, lighting the way for others and reminding us all of the incredible potential that lies within each and every one of us. As Ethan continued his work with the Philanthropic Foundation, his impact on the lives of underprivileged youth grew exponentially. Word of the Foundation's success and Ethan's inspiring leadership spread far and wide, attracting the attention of media outlets and influential figures from around the world. One day, Ethan received an unexpected call from a familiar voice, President Donald Trump. The president had been following Ethan's journey and was impressed by the remarkable work he had been doing with the foundation. He invited Ethan to the White House to discuss the possibility of collaborating on a nationwide initiative to support and empower disadvantaged communities. Ethan was both humbled and excited by the opportunity to work alongside the president and bring his message of hope and resilience to an even larger audience. He accepted the invitation without hesitation, knowing that this was a chance to make a real and lasting difference in the lives of countless individuals. As Ethan arrived at the White House, he was struck by the grandeur and history of the building. He was greeted warmly by President Trump and his staff, who welcomed him with open arms and expressed their admiration for his tireless efforts. In their meeting, Ethan and the president discussed the challenges facing underprivileged communities across the country and brainstormed innovative solutions to address these issues. They talked about the importance of education, mentorship, and job training programs, as well as the need for increased funding and resources to support these initiatives. Ethan shared his own experiences and the lessons he had learned through his work with the foundation, emphasizing the transformative power of kindness, compassion, and opportunity. He spoke passionately about the incredible potential that exists within every individual, regardless of their background or circumstances. As the president listened to Ethan's words, he was struck by the young man's wisdom and dedication. He recognized in Ethan a kindred spirit, someone who had faced adversity head-on and emerged stronger and more determined than ever. Together, Ethan and the president crafted a comprehensive plan to launch a nationwide initiative aimed at empowering underprivileged youth and communities. They enlisted the support of key government agencies, private sector partners, and non-profit organizations, all united in their commitment to creating a brighter future for all. As the initiative began to take shape, Ethan found himself at the forefront of a movement that was changing lives and transforming communities across the country. He traveled from city to city, meeting with local leaders, educators, and young people, listening to their stories and offering guidance and support. Everywhere he went, Ethan was greeted with open arms and heartfelt gratitude. He saw firsthand the impact that the initiative was having on the lives of countless individuals, from the single mother who was able to go back to school and earn her degree, to the young entrepreneur who received the funding and mentorship needed to launch his own business. Through it all, Ethan remained humble and grounded, never losing sight of the true purpose behind his work. He knew that he was just one person, but he also knew that every act of kindness and compassion had the power to create ripples of change that could transform lives and communities. As the initiative continued to grow and evolve, Ethan began to reflect on his own journey and the many twists and turns that had brought him to this moment. He thought back to that fateful night when he had been fired for showing kindness to a young boy, and he marveled at how far he had come since then. He realized that every challenge and setback he had faced along the way had been a necessary part of his journey, shaping him into the person he was today. He had learned the value of perseverance, the power of compassion, and the importance of staying true to oneself in the face of adversity. As Ethan looked to the future, he knew that there was still so much more work to be done. But he also knew that he was not alone in this fight. He had a network of supporters and allies who shared his vision and were committed to making a difference in the world. And so, with renewed energy and determination, Ethan pressed on, knowing that every small victory, every life changed for the better, was a step towards a brighter and more just future for all. Through his work and his example, Ethan had become a symbol of hope and possibility, inspiring others to believe in themselves and in the power of their own potential. He had shown that no matter where we come from or what challenges we face, we all have the ability to rise above and make a positive impact on the world around us. As Ethan continued on his journey, he knew that he would always be guided by the principles of kindness, compassion, and service that had brought him to this point. He had learned that true success was not measured by personal gain or recognition, but by the lives we touch and the difference we make in the world. And with that knowledge, Ethan knew that he would always strive to be a light in the darkness, a beacon of hope for those who needed it most. He had been given a rare and precious gift, the opportunity to make a real and lasting difference in the world, and he was determined to make the most of it. So, with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit full of determination, Ethan pressed forward, ready to face whatever challenges and opportunities lay ahead. He knew that the road ahead would not be easy, but he also knew that with the support of those around him and the strength of his own convictions, there was no limit to what he could achieve. And as he looked out at the world before him, Ethan saw not just the challenges and obstacles that lay ahead, but also the incredible potential for growth, change, and transformation. He saw a world full of possibility and promise, a world where every individual had the opportunity to reach their full potential and make a positive impact on those around them. With that vision in mind, Ethan stepped forward into the future, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead and to continue making a difference, one act of kindness at a time. He had learned that the true measure of a life well lived was not in the accolades or achievements we accumulate, but in the love and compassion we share with others. And so, armed with that knowledge and fueled by a passion for service and a commitment to making the world a better place, Ethan continued on his journey, inspiring others and leaving a legacy of kindness and compassion that would endure long after he was gone. As the years passed and Ethan's work with the nationwide initiative continued to flourish, he found himself reflecting more and more on the incredible journey that had brought him to this point. He marveled at the way a single act of kindness, performed without any expectation of reward or recognition, had set in motion a chain of events that had ultimately changed the course of his life and the lives of countless others. Ethan thought back to that moment when he had first met Barron and how a simple gesture of compassion and understanding had forged a connection that would eventually lead him to the highest halls of power and influence. He remembered the unexpected phone call from President Trump and the way that conversation had opened up a world of possibilities he had never before imagined. But most of all, Ethan reflected on the incredible people he had met along the way. The young men and women who had faced unimaginable challenges and obstacles, but who had never lost hope or given up on their dreams. He thought of Liam, the talented young photographer who had risen above his circumstances to pursue his passion, and of the countless other individuals whose lives had been touched and transformed by the work of the Foundation and the initiative. As he looked back on all that had happened, Ethan realized that his own story was really just a small part of a much larger narrative, a story of hope, resilience, and the power of the human spirit to overcome even the greatest of odds. He knew that he had been blessed with a unique opportunity to make a difference in the world, but he also knew that he was just one person among many who were working tirelessly to create positive change. With that realization came a renewed sense of purpose and determination. Ethan knew that there was still so much more work to be done, so many more lives to be touched and transformed. He knew that the road ahead would be long and difficult, but he also knew that he was not alone in this fight. And so, Ethan redoubled his efforts, working even harder to expand the reach and impact of the initiative. He traveled the country, speaking to audiences large and small about the importance of kindness, compassion, and service. He met with leaders from all walks of life, building partnerships and collaborations that would help to sustain and grow the work of the Foundation for years to come. Through it all, Ethan remained grounded in the values and principles that had guided him from the very beginning. He never forgot the lessons he had learned as a young waiter, the importance of treating every person with dignity and respect, regardless of their background or circumstances. He never lost sight of the incredible potential that existed within every individual, and he never stopped believing in the power of a single act of kindness to change the world. As the initiative continued to grow and evolve, Ethan began to see the ripple effects of his work spreading far beyond the boundaries of the Foundation itself. He watched as young people who had participated in the program went on to become leaders in their own communities, starting their own organizations and initiatives aimed at creating positive change. He saw the way that the message of hope and empowerment was taking root in cities and towns across the country, inspiring people from all walks of life to get involved and make a difference. And he knew that, even though the work was far from finished, they were making progress, one step at a time. Looking to the future, Ethan knew that there would be many more challenges and obstacles to overcome. But he also knew that he had the strength, the resilience, and the support of an incredible network of allies and partners to help him keep moving forward. He thought back to that moment when he had first received the call from President Trump and how far he had come since then. He realized that, in many ways, his entire life had been leading up to this moment, this opportunity to make a real and lasting difference in the world. And so, with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit full of determination, Ethan pressed on, knowing that the work he was doing was not just about him, but about something much larger and more important. It was about the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity, to find hope in the darkest of times, and to create a brighter future for all. As he looked out at the world before him, Ethan saw not just the challenges that lay ahead, but also the incredible potential for growth, change, and transformation. He saw a world where every individual had the opportunity to reach their full potential, to live a life of purpose and meaning, and to make a positive impact on those around them. And he knew that, as long as he held fast to the values of kindness, compassion, and service that had brought him to this point, there was no limit to what he could achieve. He had been given a rare and precious gift, the opportunity to touch the lives of others in a profound and lasting way, and he was determined to make the most of it. So, with a sense of purpose and a heart full of hope, Ethan continued on his journey, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead and to keep making a difference, one person at a time. He had learned that the true measure of a life well lived was not in the accolades or achievements we accumulate, but in the love and compassion we share with others. And with that knowledge, Ethan knew that he would always keep moving forward, keep striving to be a force for good in the world, and keep working to create a brighter, more just, and more compassionate future for all. It was a journey that had begun with a single act of kindness, but it was a journey that would continue for the rest of his life and beyond.